Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Today we are going to be learning about satellites. Okay? Are you curious to learn about satellites? Are you curious to learn about satellites? Okay. Now I'm going to share a PPT. I'm going to show my screen and I'm going to explain the PPT that I'll be teaching all of the things, the basic things. Can everyone see the PPT? Can everyone see the PPT? Now we are going to learn about satellites. Today's objective is to know what is space exploration and to know what is the evolution of space exploration, to know what is a satellite, to know what is the need of the satellites, to know what are the types of the satellites, and to know what is altitude, to know which altitude a satellite flies, to know what is an orbit and the types of orbits which a satellite flies, to know what is geostationary orbit, and to know how satellite can escape the earth's gravity and reach farther planets. I will go. What is space exploration? Now, space exploration refers to space technology and astronomy to explore outer space. It simply means the technology we use to explore outer space. It involves the investigation of celestial structures beyond Earth's atmosphere, including the use of crewed or and uncrewed spacecraft to study distant planets, stars, and galaxies. That means they are telling we can send manned missions or unmanned missions to study distant planets and many celestial bodies. The ongoing exploration of space helps us to learn more about the universe and and our place within it. It has led to many important scientific discoveries. We found we found many things regarding because of space exploration. The evolution of space exploration. Humanity has made Humanity has made a huge steps in space exploration over the past century. The first human to travel to space was Yuri Gagarin of Soviet Union. There was a country called Soviet Union before there was Russia. There was a country called Soviet Union and someone called Yuri Gagarin was the first human to travel to space on April 12th, 1961. After that, the United States sent humans to space in 1962 with John Glenn orbiting Earth. Since then, there have been countless satellite launches, robotic missions, and manned missions, and even space tourism. In 1971, the Soviet Union launched the Salyut 1 space station, which became the first of many successful space stations in Earth's orbit. The first successful space station was Salyut 1. Okay. NASA and other space organizations have sent probes to the far reaches of our solar system, including Pluto and beyond. Sorry for the disturbance. In 2012, NASA Curiosity rover successfully landed on Mars, which is considered as significant achievement in space exploration. The future of space exploration looks very promising, and as more advancements are made in technology, we have made more advancements in technology, and more am- ambitious missions are planned to be executed. The future of space exploration looks very promising, and as more advancements are made in technology, we have made more advancements in technology, and more ambitious missions are planned to be executed. are going to know the thing called what is a satellite. We are going to know what is a satellite now. A satellite is an artificial man-made robot which is used to explore space and its mysteries. And there's another type of satellite called natural satellites which orbits the celestial bodies. Can anyone tell which is the natural satellite of Earth? Can anybody tell them? Priyantan. Priyantan,
Huh?
can you tell what is the natural satellite of Earth? Do you know
The
that?
universe.
Do you know what is the natural satellite of Earth? Priyantan, if you know or not.
No.
Samiksha, do you know what is our natural satellite? What is the natural satellite of Earth? Do anybody know? I think nobody knows. I'll tell. The natural satellite of Earth is the moon. The moon orbits the Earth, and the natural satellite of Sun is the planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And the first satellite launched into space was Sputnik 1, launched by the Soviet Union on October 4, 1957. Do, do anybody have a question like why this Soviet Union always comes, Soviet and the USA? Do anybody have this question? I guess no. There was a thing called space race in the time of Soviet Union and USA. They were trying to get who's going to get to the moon. That was called the space race. The first satellite launched into space was Sputnik 1, launched by the Soviet Union on October 4, 1957. The mission was done because to prove that we can launch objects into space. And this inspired many missions, like many missions. So we can, because of these missions, we started to go to moon. We started to launch many satellites. From the launch of Sputnik 1 to the present day, many missions were done which opened the eye of space exploration to humanity. Because of satellites, we made the satellite called Hubble Space Telescope and James Webb Space Telescope, which helped so much for humanity, which gave clear pictures of a universe. So now we are going to see what are the uses of the satellite. Satellite can be used for various purposes, including communication, remote sensing, navigation, scientific research, and weather forecasting. There's a recent mission by SpaceX, which is a company owned by Elon Musk. SpaceX, which is doing a mission called Starlink, which gives free internet. Because this Ukraine-Russian war is happening, right? Do anyone know that? Priyantan. Okay.
Yes.
This thing is happening. Ukraine can be lost before the last before 2-3 months, but this Starlink helped Ukraine because it gave free communication to the Ukrainian soldiers, so they can escape easily. So the Starlink helped Ukrainian soldiers. Satellite provided in-flight phone communications on airplanes. When you're going in an airplane and if you talk in the phone, there's no cell phone towers to communicate. You use satellites for that. Okay, they are often in main conduct of voice communication in rural areas. In villages, you don't use like cell phone towers. You use satellites to communicate. In villages, there's only satellites to communicate. and they can provide an image of the surface of the earth. They use Google Maps. Everybody knows Google Maps, right? Everybody knows Google Maps.
Yes.
They used lots of satellites to take the image of the earth for the Google Maps. Many organizations can use satellite imagery to gain intelligence about space and space exploration. So satellite is directly linking to space exploration. Scientists and researchers use satellites to monitor things like weather, climate change, and the effects of natural disasters like volcanoes. Do you wonder how they detect volcanoes? No one?
Yes.
So, because they use satellites to detect volcanoes, weather, and they use satellites to measure the temperature, and we can map weather can know the temperature of each area of the world. Okay. Now, what are the types of satellites? We have communication satellites, remote sensing satellites, navigation satellites, LEO, MEO, HEO, GPS, GEOs, drone satellites, ground satellites, and polar satellites. Okay. What is altitude? Can anybody tell what is altitude? Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell what is altitude?
Height.
Height from where?
Earth.
Actually, this altitude is the amount of vertical distance, that is the height from sea level or ground level. You say sea level, right? Sea level. Do you know sea level? Everybody knows sea level, right? Do anybody know sea level? Everybody knows, right? Sea level.
Yes.
It is the height from the sea level. Okay, the height, the vertical distance from the sea level. Example, a commercial airplane which you fly always has an altitude of between 33,000 and 42,000 feet. It's a very high altitude, right? So the above example means that the flight flies between 33,000 and 42,000 feet above the sea level. Okay? Do everyone understand?
Yes.
At what altitude a satellite flies? Now we are going to know what altitude a satellite flies. The majority of satellites orbiting the Earth do so at altitudes between 160 to 200 kilometers. Can everyone now we are going to discuss at what altitude a satellite flies. The majority of the satellites orbiting the Earth do so at altitudes between 160 to 2000 kilometers. This orbit is called low Earth orbit or LEO. Due to the satellites' relative closeness to the Earth, satellites in LEO typically take between 90 minutes and 2 hours to complete one full orbit. Can you understand?
Yes.
Now we are going to go what is an orbit and what are the types of orbit. Okay. Now I think types of orbit I'll tell orally. What is an orbit? An orbit is the curved part of a celestial object or spacecraft round a star, planet, or moon, especially a periodic elliptical revolution. Like it just takes like a specific time to go around a thing. That's called orbit. Now we'll see what is the types of orbit. Here we can see these are the types of orbits: LEO, MEO, HEO. Low Earth orbit, middle Earth orbit, high Earth orbit. These all three things. So the types of orbit. Now we are going to go see what is geostationary. A geostationary satellite is an Earth orbiting satellite. Okay, geostationary orbit is Earth orbiting satellite placed at an altitude of approximately 35,800 kilometers directly above the equator, that revolves in the same direction as Earth rotates west to east. That means geostationary orbit just always focus around the Earth. It will not show different directions. It will just show the same direction to the Earth. We see from Earth, from a telescope, will show just the same thing wherever you see. Okay, can you understand? Can everyone understand? Can everyone understand? Priyantan, can you understand? Priyantan.
Yes.
Now, this is the last topic. How a satellite escapes the Earth's gravity. A rocket, the rocket which is taking the satellite must accelerate to at least 25,039 miles per hour, or else 40,325 kilometer per hour, to completely escape Earth's gravity and fly off to space. Because Earth's gravity, whenever we rotate faster, it's called whenever it rotates faster, we'll go farther from some object. Like Earth, if we rotate slower, the gravity will be higher, and we'll crash in. If we go in a stable speed, we'll just orbit around the sun, orbit around the Earth. When we accelerate, when we are orbiting, it'll move, like it'll slowly defeat the gravity, and will start to go, like go away. Start to go away, and eventually you'll escape Earth's gravity. If you have any doubts, you can ask now. Do anybody have any doubts? Priyantan.
I don't have any doubts.
Samiksha, do you have any doubts? Do anybody have any doubts? I think nobody has doubts. So that's it. I think nobody has doubts, right? If anybody has doubts, you can raise your hands. Or you want to ask any things about satellites now, you can ask now. Okay. Priyantan?